across to Peter Watson, who is the Business Development Director at Pelican Trading. One of the sponsors of this event. Pelican is a trading app providing you with free access to trading groups, very much in a WhatsApp style. But of course, you can take it a step forward to join on some private groups with some trading mentors, some of whom take part in the round-the-clock events, names like Charlie Burton, of course, and Tarun Raghavan, to name a few. So great fun app. We'll go over to your screen, Peter, if that's all right. Do you want to?
Great, please do so.
Do that, we can make you the presenter, and
right. I'll okay that. Marvelous, and thank you for the introduction, Simon. You always do it so well. I know that you're a great supporter of ours, and we certainly, but very much enjoy being on the clock, and get a great deal out of it. It's great to see so many mentors who have groups on the app. And before I start, I thought I'd just briefly, I mean, Simon's already explained what Pelican is, and we are a broker, but we're currently mobile only, although there's going to be a desktop. And really, it's about connecting pro traders with the retail market. So Simon mentioned Easy Trader, Master Markets. Carol's got a group. We've got to get it properly up and running. We're a fairly new company, so we've had a few teething problems technically as we get going, but people have been very, very understanding. And as we develop the app, the feedback's been hugely important to us. So I know perhaps you've heard from me before. If you haven't and you haven't downloaded the app, I strongly recommend you go to the App Store or Google Play, where you can download the latest version of the app, and then you will know what I'm talking about. So as I just mentioned, users have given a lot of feedback, which has been incredibly useful and we're very grateful for. So rather than talking more about the world of mentoring, which I've already done, I thought I'd just let people know about the features, what we're planning in the future for September. And this isn't all going to come in one tranche. It's going to be sort of piecemeal, be a series of updates on the app. And I mean, I very much hope you'll see the improvement in it. I know some of you will be used to what the app looks like at the moment. You may well know there are some disadvantages on the user experience, and that's what we're trying to train. So I'll just flick the screen, and yeah, so this is what I'm going to talk about. So first of all, the onboarding process, which if you download any app onto your phone for the first time, whether that be for any kind of product, you'll normally notice, rather than going straight into their marketplace, whatever that might be, there'll be a series of screens onboarding you, just helping you out and showing you either what the product's about or how to use the app. That's really something that's been not good enough on the app so far, so that's something we're really concentrating on to help users, especially when it comes to novice traders. We want novice traders to be really as comfortable using our app as those, I know many of you more experienced traders who will be totally at ease with using Pelican and other platforms. Also, some of the features, the activity page, also the discover page is going to be redone. New and updated positions page where obviously you can see your trades, which is, you know, on a desktop this might all look very simple, but on an app obviously you've got much less space to use generally. I mean, although we do have Pelican on tablets, generally on phones, and there's a limited amount of space even on the largest of those. And finally, I'll go through all the new trader statistics. So this is kind of a slightly more sort of investor style presentation, but I just thought it'd be something a bit different because I know that so many people have, do have lots to offer. A lot of traders have other jobs they're involved in. They might be involved in tech, they might be involved in design, and they've very kindly given us a lot of advice. So the onboarding process, if you look at it, education is going to be a really big feature. As everyone knows who's listening, trading is tricky. It requires discipline, it requires all kinds of things. And this icon here, the sort of schoolmaster's hat will be shown on various pages in the app, and when you tap that, you'll get some tips relevant to what you're looking at. So it just means if somebody is coming on the app and they may know what trading is, they might understand the stock market a bit, but they might just need help with some of the jargon, and we're hoping to debunk it, as it says there. An app for every trader, no matter your experience, will guide you through all the features you ever need. Well, that's the aim. At the moment, there's not enough guidance, and you kind of have to find your own way around. And incidentally, at the moment, don't wait until September to download the app. Everything on there works, and you'll find it really quite intuitive. But this is really just the next stage for us as a company. So learning in the app, all your learning will be done live in the app. So when you're done, you can trade with confidence, and I think that's really important. That you feel you've got it all there. And new users will be asked, will be asked what kind of trader they are, and we'll be able to guide them through it. So you'll be able. I'll see on the next page where I say, well, I might be a very experienced trader. Well, I don't need to know what the Dow is. Then I want to be pointed directly to the markets, directly to the statistics, which I'm already fully versed in. What we currently have on this onboarding process is it just really sort of says some cool things about our app. It says, great, we're a trading app, great, we're providing a contact and mentors, we're wanting to increase your profitability, we want to show you profitable traders. But it doesn't have this education and learning and app side of it, which we're trying to, which we're developing for September or before. The tips panel, the visuals I've already mentioned, keeps our users engaged longer, ensuring they know what to do on each page. Personalized advanced features make Pelican stand out, even more unique selling points. So this, again, that's a slight investor thing. So no more empty screens. So some of our screens, for instance, the position screen. If we're going to onboard a new novice trader, we're going to talk them through doing a demo trade, and actually say they have a trade in that positions section of the app, so they know what it's there for, know what it looks like, and stand more chance of using that successfully. So, just having a joke. Very humid day in London, as I'm sure anyone in the London area will testify to. A nightmare on the tube this morning, so we're battling that with some water. And teaching users in-app will decrease drop-offs after download. Again, that's more of a sort of internal company thing. Of course, we want people to stay on the app and benefit from it. And we hope that these in-app tools will enable people to do that. And it says quicker wow moment. Well, we all want that. That's great. So, so next, I just thought, so I've spoken already about the various kind of trades. So we've categorized traders as junior trader, mid-weight trader, nothing to do with his personal weight or bulk, in between a junior and a senior trader who might be up to the professional level. And this is really the various paths we're planning for them to go down when they're on board. So these three kinds of traders, all of them we want them to share this out with their friends. So there'll be various sort of social media side to the app, which is really important to us because it's about the wisdom of the crowd. It's about interacting with other traders, which is our real differentiation. Placing a trade. So a senior trader, he'll be used to placing trades. He probably trades. He might trade daily if he's an intraday trader, or certainly it'll be a regular activity for him. The juniors and the mid trader guys, we'll get them to place a trade, certainly. Finding pro traders. So that's one we want. When people come onto the app, we want to point them in the direction of a suitable mentor. Now, we've got a long way to go in this, and it's not only is it the performance stats of the mentor themselves, which are going to be really important. If you're choosing a mentor, you want to know categorically he's able to trade well. There are lots of other factors to consider: what kind of markets he trades, what time scale he trades. Is he, if you have a full-time job, you really don't want somebody who's going to force you to look at the screen all day. It's not practical. So we hope in time to be able to point people in exactly towards exactly the right pro trader. Creating a trading group. Again, this is something I'd suggest everyone does. It's literally, as I said, the comparison has been made with WhatsApp in the sense of the messaging facility. You can also have trades up there on that wall. If you create your own group, and you can make that private or public, a private one you might just wish to invite a few close friends you discuss the markets with. You might be somebody who is at a point in their trading where they're consistently profitable and they are interested in starting up a paid-for subscription group, which is also available on the app to those with a track record. Not anyone can do that immediately, but you certainly recommend anyone can contact us, say, listen, I'm a profitable trader, here are my stats, I want a paid-for group, I've got some followers already, or I want you to market us, we'll do that for you. So that looks like that page. Then we go on here, so we're still very much on the onboarding. This is just some of the things I've been talking about. Again, when you come on, John, have you ever traded before? Junior trader, he'll say never probably. Midweight trader, I might say, well, sometimes I know a bit about trading. All the time, you're a senior trader in our categorization. And then as an example there of the tips section, as it says there, when the market moves up or down, you make or lose, so it's spelled wrong, this amount per point. So that for the absolute novice, sorry, apologies, for the absolute novice, the pointers and tips are really a very important feature. And this icon here, the education, the little hat, that's coming in alongside personalized options, no matter your experience. So I think we're also bringing in a new color scheme, which I'll come to later, which is kind of still under discussion. Users of Pelican will know that at the moment, we're, apart from our yellow and our grey, and obviously the blue and the red for the prices, we're perhaps not as colourful as we could be. That's play demo, that doesn't work, I don't think, so I'll move on. The activity page, so yeah, updated activity page design. A new trade ticket, so currently, and this is one of the unique things about Pelican, is we have a trade ticket comes up on the group wall. The design of this ticket and the information, the stop loss, the limit, the live price, the ability to copy a trade, which is again unique to our type of app, and even inverse it if you want to, although really it's more about copying the good traders, is all there in a new trade ticket. Home for only your activity, everyone you follow and groups you're in. So that's, it's making it a more interesting home area where you can see the groups you're in, see who you're following. The benefits of this, splitting out Discover allows scalability and home for your activity. So that's basically saying it's all about building increased interaction, building a social network for yourself, and so on. So I'm sorry, apologies, the door just went. That was the other Peter in the company, Peter Reed, who's I wish him a very good holiday. And a cleaner design, less cluttered, and easier to read. Of course, that's what we want. It's very easy on an app for it to get a bit cluttered. So it's actually incredibly difficult to design it in a way that's very easy to use, and that's what we're trying to do. Read the full market name sounds like something very simple. So previously, there just wasn't enough room to, and I'll show this, I think, in the next page. Here we go. Previously, there just wasn't enough room to see. So there we've got the German 30 rolling daily, the DAX, of course. Copyright prevents us from calling it the DAX. In the previous current version, sometimes there's just not enough room to see the entire name, and that can be confusing there. So this is what I'm talking about. Now under activity, you've got the feed there with everything there coming in, the groups you're a member of. You've also now got recommended follows here, recommended traders. So it's a bit like Twitter. You can follow guys on the app. And under this feed section, it's a much more lively, activity feed is a much more lively area to make it the homepage. So currently, really, the homepage is the markets. Well, everyone has the markets. Where we're different is you can follow pro traders, you can join various groups, and it's now easy to understand what's going on in the feed. So I think that covers the activity page design. And now we're going to move on to the Discover page. Now it has its own space spot on the app. This is we want to make it easy to find. Now in the main nav of our USB has room to grow. So better search for traders and groups is good. So this is really vital for Pelican going forward. At the moment, the performance stats are really within the group environment. So there's currently a leaderboard feature within a group, and you can see the absolute return of traders. What we're going to introduce is some much more sophisticated stats on everyone's individual trades, which will mean that it will give you an insight in who it's best to follow, who suits you. They may be pro traders who are mentors who charge for their advice, and if you're a novice, that would be a better route down. You might be a pro just looking for insights into other very good traders on the app. Suggestions: discover traders and groups you have more in common with than you first knew. That's really important. Yeah, again, I mean, I think it's the interaction. It's about meeting traders who, you wouldn't of course meet if you were on an ordinary broker just executing your trades. Benefits: easy to find, allow USP to scale, cleaner design, less cluttered and easy to read. Recommendations and search will increase social interactions and widen the user network, and a personalized experience. And I've got some examples coming next of what's on the Discover page. So you can see here on the first screen, which is something we've got already on the app, which allows you to invite those in your contacts list, which is a really good feature, but this is going to be improved. So you can see on the screen there, you can see who's already on the app. So you get a choice. So you can see those with follow next to the name, they're already on the app, so you can just follow them. They're in your contact list, and the ones who still haven't downloaded Pelican, they're under join. Next, we've got see friends already on the app and invite them if they're not. Well, we've got that. Sorry, got that one. The next one, share the app on social media. Again, this is early stages. I mean, we know there's a lot going on in Twitter. I mean, we're a regulated environment. We want to see those people offering advice on Twitter, trading advice, or even signals, a grey area of legality. We want to see them coming on to the app and operating in a fully regulated environment. And the further advantage is it bulletproofs their performance, and we can, we're not wandering around in the dark about how good people are actually at trading. We can see it after a few months, whether they're any good. Right, so finally, suggested trades and groups to follow and join. There you go, that's just the final screen, which looks better than it does currently coming in September. So just remember, download the app on the App Store or Android and see its current state, and it'd be great to get any feedback you have. So next is new and updated positions page design. So this is a really important area of the app where you can see currently live positions, closed positions, your history, where you can see your orders. So it's really absolutely vital for your trading that this is an excellent page. So what we're doing here is financial spelled wrong. Your equity, balance, live P&L, and margin all in one place. That's really important. That will be on the next slide as well. Multiple market view more than one trade in a market at a glance. So that's when you do have more than one trade on the same market, you'll get an averaged out stop, limit, and entry if you want. So that's really useful. So if you've taken out a position, you've added to it, maybe added to it again with different stops and limits, that can all be averaged out for you, and it will give you a clear idea of when you're hopefully well in profit on that trade and can and decide to exit. Recognizable trade ticket, discover trades and groups you have more in common than you first knew. Again, it's a slightly similar stuff. This info was in the position page, but not as a full trade ticket. So this is a fully interactive trade ticket, as we'll see on the next page. The advanced information benefits for the professional trader. Again, we're talking about stats like those aggregated ones I just talked about. And of course, we want to stand out from other trading apps, and we do already, but we want to further stand out and make the most of our USP. So, cleaner design, less cluttered, easier to read, kind of stating the obvious a bit. New features makes the positions page a powerful place to keep an eye on all your trades and monitor your account. So let's have a look at it. Here we go. So on the top row, it is different from how it is now. You've got your equity, balance, and profit. The equity, as you can see, is simply the your balance with it, including your running total. So if you pay in £10,000, make £1,000 your equity. Even if it's running, your equity is 11,000, which is exactly the way we want it. And as from an aggregated view for multiple trades in the market, you can see their average entry, average limit. That's for the gold futures there on the third screen. And you can see the combined running profit on that trade is 1,300. Individual trade actions at a tap. So there you'll get the option to actually a sort of screen, not screen, but a ticket will pop up if you pressed the sell, and it'll give you the option of closing out the trade, editing it, editing the stops and the limits and so on. So all important stuff, much clearer than it was before. So next we move finally on to trader statistics. And we'll just move pages here. Here we go. The best of the best, easily find the best traders to follow on the app. So as I discussed, we've already got lots of good mentors and pro traders on the app, making money, trading very well. They're not impossible to find now that you can go onto the groups and suss them out. But we want to make it easier, so we want to offer some really comprehensive statistics as they build up track records, and give the retail clients, people like myself and others who aren't professional traders, who are learning how to trade, the option to increase their profits and educate themselves and get the knowledge from the mentors. So, and say stand out, think you're the best crew. Here you've got the opportunity, come on to Pelican, start up a group, show us your metal, show what your trading's like. Fine, anyone can come on and get lucky to start with, but we want to see people making returns on their account year after year. As is often quoted in the press with the recent FCA crackdown, one of the reasons that the Financial Conduct Authority hates the spread betting industry is that with the mainstream brokers, it tends to be, they tend to lose 80% of clients tend to lose. That's a huge number. They're losing money. So we're trying to turn that around on the app. And already the stats of people operating within groups, following better traders than themselves, is turning around those stats and beginning to have an impact. So hopefully the FCA will like us. So here we go. So benefit statistics that no one else has puts us miles above the competition. We'll have a slight marketing statement. In the future, we will have stats that will differentiate us. No other brokers are looking into how people are making money. They simply look at their bottom line. And when a client loses their money, their focus is on replacing that, marketing heavily and replacing that budget, replacing that client with a new depositor. We don't think like that at all. We want people to be long-term clients, to make money on the app, and to increase their return on their deposit. And the kind of statistics we're talking about is just percentage, not so much percentage of winning trades, but really it's about the percentage return on their trading, and a proportionate stat on that. Allows us to educate beginner traders on what to look out for. So definitely when these stats are fully operational on the app, I think even somebody with a limited understanding of trading will be able to see exactly who's the best trader, who's the most profitable. The number of trades, really important. No one wants to be stuck all day at the screen, so they might go for, say, well, listen, I'm going to be a swing trader. I'm not going to do intraday 5 pips, 5-minute trades. Horses for courses on that one. Increased mentor following. So, yeah, what we're finding is the mentors who do really well on the app and prove their performance, do you get a better following? It makes sense for them. So we're also built our app partly for the mentors, to give them a regulated platform where they can instruct their staff, educate their followers, bring them on if they so wish to the app, and be a great facility for them. So I think finally we're getting there. Yeah, so this is the screen of the trader stats. Again, there you can see top right-hand corner the schoolmaster's hat, tips page, info for the novice. Well, not just the novice, anyone who wants to tap on that. Swipe through statistics. So this middle screen here, where you can see 3 screens: variation in stake size, profit made, and then the various profits here so that's splitting it up on the market on the right: euro, dollar, USD basket, DAX, FTSE. You can see how follow a trader, see individually which market he has made the most money in. Over time, that will prove where his strengths lie. This guy on here, he seems to make money in every market. Well, good on him. A lot of people won't do that, of course. They might find, well, listen, I'm very good at trading the DAX, but not so good at the euro dollar. I think Carol Harmer mentioned, you know, on the, I think it was the Bill and Ben, the dollar yen, she grew to dislike trading in that, not her strong point, so she switched to something else. So there we go, handy tips and pointers, easy to use the app. And this is an example of some of these pages and stats. Again, a bit clearer: profits made, trades made, variation in stake size. That's an interesting one. So, you know, I think if I was following a mentor, I'd want a very strict risk management system. This is showing how reliable their stake size is and how consistent that is. Really important. Points closed, and again, that's the screen you've already seen there. So we now move on. And Simon, how are we doing for time? So I've not got the time on me.
We're actually just out of time, actually. Is it possible just to sort of wrap up the final few points? I mean, there's a lot of new development just going even in the last month. I can see, which is really good news.
Yeah, so this is literally the final page here, so I'll just run through. So yeah, this is all hopefully coming out in between now and September. It's always dangerous, as any person involved in technical matters knows, to put a strict time limit on it. All I would mention, most of those things we've gone through, is the added colour. So we're deciding on a colour scheme for the app. It's going to be either, I think purple is currently favourite. But if you have any better ideas, do get in touch. Orange and blue are also in the hot seat. And I think everything else on that is self-explanatory, so I just urge you to download the app, and thanks Simon very much for hosting another great Round the Clock Trader. And any feedback, simply email. I mean, Simon, perhaps you could put my email address up there.
Yeah,
you've got it.
We've put the link for people just to go to the website and but if they want to get you, it's peter.watson, isn't it?
Yeah, peter.watson@pelicanexchange.com, and that's probably currently we're unbelievably having a few technical problems with our support at email. So if they could use mine, that would be appreciated.
Okay, Peter, thank you very much indeed for coming along to us about Pelican. It's a great story. It's good fun to see it developing and getting busier. I can see the groups getting busier. And of course, we have a Round the Clock Trader group, so if everybody just goes ahead and downloads the app, it's all free, and you don't have to open up any accounts or anything, but just go ahead and have a play with it. I think you'll find it quite fun. There's a lot of good information on there. Been following Steve Ruffley's group recently. He's very active at the moment, which is fantastic.
Yeah, so I'd second that, Simon, and thank you very much.
Thanks again, Peter.